Let me now move to some of the vetoes that I issued, and I'm sure we'll get questions. So. There was language in the budget. Somebody fell down. There was language in the budget in regard to SNAP purchases. We deleted that. We intend, though, to make a request to the federal government. We want this, however, to be more targeted. We also were concerned, frankly, about some of the language in what was in the bill. The Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services is now in the process of requesting a waiver from the federal government that would prevent the purchase of many sugar-sweetened beverages using SNAP. I support not using SNAP to purchase these beverages. However, the budget language would have brought an extra layer of complexity that could serve to delay the approval and implementation of the sugar-sweetened beverage waiver that we are in the process of trying to get. In addition to sending the waiver request, I'm appointing a working group to study this issue. We'll have more about that in the future. I also issued a veto of a provision that would have eliminated the continuous Medicaid enrollment of children under the age of 4. The continuous enrollment policy was approved by the General Assembly in my previous budget, and it's done through a federally approved waiver. We should not change that. We know that children who receive consistent primary care are able to have the best start in life. My veto will continue our administration's policy of supporting mothers, babies, young children in need in their most formative years. Let me turn to another veto involving South Bass Island State Park. This was about reimbursing local first responding agencies for runs at South Bass Island State Park. I issued this veto because I believe we must take a more holistic approach to this issue. With our 76 state parks across Ohio and many calls coming in annually for law enforcement, fire, and emergency assistance, we have to take a more holistic approach. We have to look at this from the point of view of what goes on in every one of the 76 state parks and how the state can be of help to local law enforcement, to local first responders. So I am going to convene a working group to study this issue statewide and determine how the state can help local law enforcement and first responders who incur costs when rendering assistance in our state parks. Every Ohioan who goes to a state park has an interest in getting fast response. We also have to be concerned about the local township where that state park might be located, where this work of responding to accidents at state parks and other things may be a great drain on their budget. So we have to come up to some balance here. Let me move to the issue of dredging. Maintaining Ohio's many lakes and other waterways is certainly a top priority of our administration. We spend money every year on dredging. Last night, I vetoed a provision related to dredging 3 lakes because an earmark mandating these projects would have restricted the funding we use for our state parks. It was taken out of one bucket, which would have created a significant problem for us. However, I am announcing today that our administration, through the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, is committed to undertaking these 3 dredging projects, and we will do them, and we will do them within this biennium, as prescribed in the original language in the budget. That's at Grand Lake St. Mary's, it's at Indian Lake, and Lake Loramie. And we will do this using other Ohio Department of Natural Resources funds. So people in those communities should not worry. We will take care of this, and we will do this. The issue of property taxes is such a great concern, we know, for so many Ohioans. It is the tax that I hear the most about. It's the one tax, frankly, I hear about. and I'm sure that is true for members of the General Assembly. They hear about that as well. Property tax increases across Ohio have strained many family budgets and endangered the financial security of many on fixed incomes. In signing this budget, I line item vetoed several provisions related to property taxes. I did so, and I will just say that I felt that these ideas were thoughtful, but I was also concerned that imposing them now, all of them at once, on our local schools would create a huge, huge problem. And none of them guaranteed what we would end up with. So again, for the members of the legislature who worked on this, thank you for that hard work. These are very thoughtful ideas. I look forward to working with the leadership and with the members of the General Assembly in coming up to a long-term solution in this area. Signing these vetoes does not lessen our obligation and does not lessen our obligation to deal with this problem. So we must address these legitimate concerns that Ohio voters are talking to us about. Accordingly, I will be convening a working group to be formalized and announced in the coming weeks, which will make recommendations to the General Assembly and to me on how we can provide meaningful property tax relief to Ohioans and still fund our schools, and fund our critical services.